We should stop to the,
Plays on.
okay, I think so. All right, Chair, will call the meeting to order. Item number one on approval of minutes was pushed off to the end of the meeting. We got some adjustments we need to make in the draft. Item two is to approve a tax anticipation note of 24 million for January 1st to be repaid December 2025. Deputy Treasurer, you want to read something to us?
Yeah, the letter. This is to advise you and the executive committee that the funds in the county treasury will be insufficient to meet expenses for the first 6 months of the year 2025. Therefore, I am recommending to the Strafford County Executive Committee that the county borrow in anticipation of taxes an amount to be up to but not exceeding $24 million for the year 2025. To be borrowed in early January and repaid by December 31st, 2025, after the county receives tax payments. Once the budget for 2025 is complete, another round of tax anticipation notes will be necessary to pay for expenses in the second half of 2025. This amount is an estimate of funds required to meet the county's cash flow projections for the first 6 months of 2025. And due to federal laws on borrowing, the county may not borrow more funds than needed for any 6-month period of time. Hence, we must borrow in anticipation of taxes twice in 2025.
Okay, so, yeah.
I move to approve the tax anticipation note borrowing of $24 million.
Second. Okay, any further discussion? Not hearing all those in favor of adoption, I think of saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion unanimous. Item three is the block and sign early grant management policy.
Yes.
So, Mr. Chairman, actually, I should, Diane's the bigger expert, but when we were submitting all the paperwork for the ARPA $1.4 million, we had all the ARPA paperwork already all done because we had submitted it for the $15 million.
Right.
However, they added a new requirement for a policy that we did not have. So Diane was kind enough to create the policy. I reviewed it. And now I'm just asking that you adopt it. We were actually fully intending on following Mrs. Rice's suggestion about posting it and then leaving it posted for a week and having a first reading and that. However, because we just didn't have the time to do it. Because there was no draft policy to work off of. We had to create it off or more notably, Diane had to create it off the statute. So we ran out of time. So we're just, we sent it to you guys in advance and we posted it yesterday. And we're just asking that you approve it so we can finish up the $1.4 million.
Okay.
I move to approve the grant management policy.
Okay.
Second, yeah.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor of adoption, I think saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
It's really what we follow now.
Wow.
It just tightens things up a little bit about coming to the commissioners prior to the submissions. Just so Diane can have a better handle on, what's forthcoming.
Okay. We got these upcoming events. Item 5 is all new business. We've got to adjust the budget now. Is that right?
Yes, as I was working on, because we were notified by the state on Friday, we received an email from not Gopher, but the monitoring agency for these funds. And her name is Autumn, can't remember the last name, notified us and congratulated us on being awarded the $1.4 million. I hadn't received any other official notification about that.
I mean, I knew it passed governor and council because I called.
Yeah, so she is the one that requested all of these documents and whatnot. And we have some of these policies like record retention and all of that, but now it's all comprehensive in this grant management policy. Anyway, so as I was finishing this up yesterday, I called Ray. I'm thinking all of a sudden, it's like at that last meeting for the $1.4 million, the $1.4 million was taken out of the CIP and the vote was approved for that $5 million. but there was never a vote taken for an appropriation
For the one.
for the $1.4 million, so, would need to do that today. And then also to accept, and also at the time, we didn't really know we received the $1.4 million. So today at this meeting, and then, you know, the meeting at 9 o'clock with the executive committee, really the action should be taken to
Let's
accept
adjust the
the,
budget. Yeah.
accept the grant and,
Yep.
approve a supplemental appropriation for the $1.4 million.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve a supplemental appropriation.
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion regarding that?
No.
So that will adjust revenue and expense.
Yes, no impact to
No
taxes.
impact, right.
Yeah. And that's why the executive committee can do that.
And as a result, I believe that probably requires a roll call. Thank you,
Yes.
Watson, Commissioner Rose,
Yes.
myself, yes, the vote is unanimous.
And this is the grant management
So we'll
policy
recommend- we'll
for you to
yeah.
sign on the last page.
We'll recommend that to the executive committee when we get downstairs. That budget adjustment. You have any of the old new business? No? Questions or comments from the public? Questions? Susan?
Yeah, I just want clarification that 1.4 million ARPA funds is gonna be used for
Yes.
the roof issues that we have.
That's correct.
And that's the only thing it can be used for.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, in fact,
I'm
what
gonna
we'll,
hold you to it.
what we'll end up doing is actually establishing a contract,
Mhm.
with ARPA. I think they needed to see those documents before they developed the contract.
Yeah, don't you have to have like, I know Rochester's run into this a little bit, that it has to be like something that, for lack of a better term, shovel ready.
And the,
And not, and we already have the contract
yeah,
going forward.
yeah, so we're shovel ready.
All right, any other questions?
No.
No, okay, Chair, then motion on item 7, moving non-public session, because special personnel and contract negotiation. Moving second. By the roll call, Commissioner Roll.
Yes.
Commissioner. Oh, yes, okay, Commissioner, retire, please, executive session. And then we'll